Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome to my channel. This is my random recipes. Let's have breakfast. Today I'm going to be making scones. The name of this recipe is Strawberry-Raisin Scone Bake. Okay, I'll be honest, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use lingonberry jam instead of strawberry. But I'll also be honest and let you know I'm not really a huge fan of scones. Maybe this recipe will help me change my mind. Kind of hope so. I don't know where this recipe is from. It might be from my grandma. I honestly don't remember for sure. I do apologize to any Scottish folks out there. I know that scones are beloved food to you folks. It's unintentional. I just really have never been a huge fan of them. This recipe only makes 8 servings, so if I don't really like it, then it's not a huge waste of resources. If it turns out yummy, then you just might leave me wanting more. This recipe says to bake it in an 8-ounce round cake pan. I don't have an 8-inch round, so I'm going to bake this in my cast iron skillet. It's 9-inch, but I think it'll do a nice job of baking things evenly. I guess we're going to find out. So let's go ahead and get to work. I've got my ingredients here in front of me. I'm going to rearrange the camera a bit so you can see better. This is my bowl. This is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Next, we put in 2 tablespoons of sugar. Tablespoon of baking powder. That's a lot of baking powder. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We are to combine flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. So we're just going to give that a quick little stir just so things are combined. Using a pastry blender or a fork, I'm going to use a fork, we are supposed to cut in butter until mixture resembles coarse crumbs. This is 1/2 cup of butter. I've cut it into smaller pieces to help make it easier to cut it into the flour. I think I am going to get my pastry blender. This is still kind of hard. Every job's easier with the right tool. And I did let this butter sit out for quite a while. It's been sitting out for a good hour once I cut it up, so I thought that would help kind of soften it, but as you can see, it's still pretty firm. Next, we are going to add milk. This is 1/2 cup of milk, 2 eggs, give them a light beating. So add our egg and raisins. So this is 3/4 cup of raisins, which I have plumped up. So I measure them out, put them in a microwave safe bowl, and just kind of cover them with water. I heated it for 2 minutes, so it was really good and hot, but it wasn't boiling. I let them sit and steep so that they absorbed most of the moisture. There's a little bit of water at the bottom of the bowl. Go ahead and drop those in there. They're just adds more moisture to the recipe, makes them softer and nicer to eat. Stir just until dry ingredients are moistened. I think I'm going to go in with my hands. Okay, we're getting there. That looks pretty good. All right, so we're going to divide this in half. Just use a butter knife, cut it roughly in half. Now I am supposed to flour my hands to make this easier to work with. So I'm going to bring in my cast iron skillet. With floured hands, pat 1/2 of dough into bottom of greased pan. Press dough 1/4 inch up the sides of your cake pan. I'm going to press this down. Now this is supposed to be an 8-inch round, but I don't have an 8-inch round. And make sure I don't leave any holes in the bottom. Make sure it goes about 1/4 inch up the side of the pan. I guess that's to keep the jam from escaping. Spread the jam over the dough. Use a butter knife. It's supposed to be a thick jam, which this is. The tricky part is going to be spreading it out without damaging the bottom half. I did have this lingonberry that I've had for a little while, and I thought, well, perfect way to use it up. You can guess where I probably bought it. I won't tell you, but you can probably guess. That's good enough. All right, so then top with remaining dough. So I'll make sure my hands are floured. That did seem to really help things from sticking so badly. Here's my second half. I'm going to spread it out a little bit before I start, because I have a feeling I'm going to end up smearing that jam all over the place if I don't. And gently, hopefully without tearing it too badly, covering the jam, going to the edge of the skillet. A lot of raisins. That looks pretty good. Nice and even. I see a little tiny bit of jam poking up through right there. Just a little bit, not too bad. I'm going to bake this in a 425-degree oven. It bakes for 20 to 25 minutes or until toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. I'll go ahead and pause my camera and I'll come back when we're done. I realized about 2 minutes into the bake time that I had forgotten to score the scones into 8 pieces. I'm also supposed to spread melted butter across the top and sprinkle them with sugar. That's optional, but since I had already messed up, I pivoted really quickly and did the scoring. Hopefully I did a good job, enough to actually to serve them properly. And I really quickly spread some butter on them and sprinkled them with sugar, and they do look really nice. I am going to turn this down so you can see what I've got. All right, so I think that looks pretty nice. Let's see if I can figure this out. Let's see if I can get through where I scored them. And I did bake them for, I checked them at 20 minutes. And then they weren't quite evenly browned yet, so I went ahead and gave them about 2.5 minutes more. So I did 22.5 minutes of bake time. That kind of compensated for opening up the oven and doing the scoring, etc. after they'd already been in the oven. Let's see if I can get in there without breaking it. Okay, it's steaming hot. Let's see, so you can see they're thick. There's a lot of stuff in there. I can see the jam. I can see the raisins. All right, I'm gonna move this off to the side. This sucker is really hot. I want to melt my placemats, but I also don't want to burn myself. Something about cast iron, they do stay hot a really long time. We're gonna give this a try. I'll tip this up so you can watch my reaction. See if I can do this up here so you can see me a little bit higher, maybe just a smidge. That looks good. Okay, we'll give this a taste. Okay, I like that. I am pleasantly surprised. The scones I've had in the past were dry, didn't have a lot of stuff going on in them. Let me get a bite with the jam in it. Right there. Let's see how we like the lingonberry. Okay, I'm pleased with that. I don't know that this is a traditional scone, obviously, because those are like little triangles. Raisins are nice and plump and sweet. It satisfies the condiment junkies need. I like that this has jam in the middle, and I like plumping up my raisins. That gives it some much needed moisture. Well, next time I will be making another muffin recipe. It'll be the last of my muffin recipes. This next one looks like it's going to be a good one, so hopefully my muffins will go out with a bang. I will, of course, include the ingredients and the preparation for the scones in the description below. If you have any questions for me, or if you have feedback on the scones, please let me know in the comments. I would really love to hear from you. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. That will be great. Thanks for joining me on my journey. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Have a good week. Bye.